Okay, friends, I've heard from several of you that are struggling in complex, and I'm right there with you. Wanted to just kind of break down a few things. It's going to be too much for one video, so I'll probably do two separate videos. This one with just information, and then the second one, like I promised you, with how I look at test questions, okay? When I study backwards from what most people do. I will start with the ATI quizzes in the books, that kind of thing, and then listen to the lectures, which I know is weird, but it's what I do. If you've not spent time on Registered Nurse RN, do it. Go in, find the topic, find her NCLEX lecture, copy, paste everything, plunk it into a Word document, print it out, listen to her lecture. I know her accent, but you get past it after a while. She's so amazing. I mean, as big as an AP nerd as I am, she really goes into the A&P, and I think what happens is that you get in the mindset of memorizing things. Memorizing is not going to work for you. You've got to understand what's happening in your body and why to know what's going on. And once you can get that, once you can understand it, it'll make so much more sense to you. She's very good at explaining that. She breaks it down very well. Don't get so lost in the acronyms. I know a lot of people are into those. As long as you can get the basic concept, you can kind of sort out in your mind, does this go with what I know about this disease? The other thing I like, and I've scanned them all for you, they're all on the Google Drive. I have all the original Level Up RN cards before ATI went after her and made them changed. So I have those. I have the videos too. Those are on the Google Docs. I'll repost all of those. Listen to Kathy. Listen to what she says. Just double check a couple times because a few of her numbers and the ATI figures that we have now differ. Always go with ATI. Always, always, always. I will do that. And then I listen to the Registered Nurse. I bought, I know it's going to show backwards, but I bought this book. This is what I've been taking the test questions out of. If you get on the Quizlet link that I just sent, they are these questions that apply. I went through all of the chapters, not everything applied to this test. And the other ones are from Registered Nurse. They're her quizzes that you can take on her site. I just plunked them in a Quizlet because it's easier for me to have them all in one spot. Georgia Stevens, her complex 3 is also on that Quizlet. What you need to do is you need to do those Quizlets until you know them inside, outside, upside down. Read the rationale every time you do it. Why is this right? Why does this make sense? If it doesn't make sense, stop, look it up. If there's a word you don't know what it means, stop, look it up, write it down, learn those words. Don't just scoot over it if you don't know what it means, because it's going to come back to haunt you. I posted the other day, know your prefixes and your suffixes. Like right now we're dealing with a lot of enzymes. An enzyme always ends in ASE. It means it's breaking something down. If you want to know what it's breaking down, you look at the beginning of the word. Lipase, lipids, we're breaking down lipids. For amylase, I used to teach my A&P students this. Amy loves her carbs. She loves them. She's never going to give them up. Amylase breaks down carbs, okay? So just little things like that that you can put in your head to help you remember these things. But that's my process that I go through. I'm just like you. Yesterday, I was like, I'm so stupid and I'm never going to learn this. You need to start putting this in your head, little pieces at a time. If you're one of those people that waits till 2 days before and then you do 15 hours a day and you stay up till 3 in the morning, you're setting your brain up to fail. Okay, your brain can only take so much information at a time, and it has to sit there for a while. If you're studying and nothing's making any sense, walk away. It has to sit and marinate in your brain for a while. It takes days. Focus on the test you have in front of you. Like, I just started looking at complex the day after mental health was done. Put one subject in your mind at a time, stretch it out. Don't try and do it all at once. If you're one of those people who listens to music or has the TV on or whatever while you're studying, don't do that. Think about what it's like when you're taking your test. It's It's quiet. Like I sit in this room, the fan's always on. This is what it sounds like when I take my test. So if this is the environment that I use to put information in my brain, then that's how my brain recalls that information, because it's used to this. That's the input that I'm giving it. I'm giving it this ambient noise, this lighting, this situation, everything. Okay, so my brain is like, cool, we're good with this. The other thing that I'm a big believer in, and I know a lot of you young people don't handwrite things, because think about when you were little. How did you learn to make your alphabet? You took a pen or a crayon and you traced, right? Letters. Right there in the beginning, you taught your brain, this is how I'm going to learn. I'm going to write this and you're going to remember it. So your brain has this pattern that you've established since you began learning, that this is how you're going to learn. I'm a big believer in handwriting things. I really do think there's a connection there, okay? If I think of anything else wild, I drink an exorbitant amount of coffee. That may or may not be your thing. Do not sacrifice your sleep for this class, okay? So figure out where you can fit in 20 minutes 3 or 4 times a day, if that's all you've got, versus staying up all night long doing something. You need to spread this out. Remember, we're layering. Okay, studies show that as you layer information in, that you actually retain that more and you can think through it, okay? So I'm going to make one more video for you on how I learned to dissect a question and how I think of a question when I read it. Now, I still screw stuff up. I'm not trying to say that I don't. But I have a great professor friend who taught me this, and it's really helpful. I really want to share it with you, okay? So I will be right back.